All right, y'all ready?
I'm chilling.
All right,
Here.
3,
Locked.
2,
Oh.
1. Welcome everybody back to the Built Different podcast. This is High and Inside, episode 20, episode 20. I'm here with Not So White Chris, Wolfie, and look who's back. Ricky's back. Ricky is back. I want to shout it to the moon. And then, of course, me, your host, T-Sax the God, Thomas Saxby. But listen, man, baseball is amazing. We're amazing. Everything's amazing right now. I'm so ecstatic for this episode. We're going to talk about so much. We're going to talk about the trade deadline, Shohei, the AL West, the New York being in shambles with the Yankees and the Mets. We're going to do the grid game again.
Shambola.
So much more. In my opinion, I think the playoffs this year are going to be really nasty. I'm talking like butt naked nasty, that nasty, and I
Sweaty.
can't wait. So listen, Ricky, you're the one that's back. You get the floor. What is up, man?
Man. For one, I'm hella ecstatic. So much so that I've been nervous like all day. I feel like I literally like coming out of a tunnel for the finals, game 7. I'm ripping off my warm up. So it's been a long 11 months. A lot of different travels
Damn,
back
yeah,
and
it's been
forth.
11 months,
Maryland,
damn.
boom. Yeah, man, just taking care of family and being a sports fanatic still. There's nothing changed, man. Still NY till you cremate my ass. But I never thought I'd get back on this pod and find my squad in last place. I'll tell you that shit. I'll tell you that right. So I got a bit to say on that. But I have a lot more praise today. Like I'm in a very good jubilant mood. I feel like I got a lot of
Jubilant.
praise to throw out, Jubilant? What I said?
Oh, man. Chris, how's it going?
I was just gonna go with it. So I was before Ricky sees the edit and whatnot. I was pointing the L, not at Ricky because I love Ricky, but the Yankees. But I can't speak because you're not just the only one at the bottom. We're officially tied at the bottom again. But Red Sox made a move today, small move, but it frees up the logjam in the outfield. I'm really happy to see Kiki go. Not happy to see him go, but actually I'm happy to see him go because I always just the same thing as last year with Vasquez when he went to the Astros. I was happy to see that because he's a vet and he deserved to win a ring or at least contend for one. So same thing goes for Kiki. If you see that the light just went out, my dog just hit it passing by. So I'll get that back on once Wolfie starts speaking. But
Chris's dog is
that's
officially
all.
hired on payroll.
But yeah, I'm just happy to see Ricky's back, and the gang is back.
Hell yeah. What's up, Wolf? Talk to us.
Yo, Ricky, glad you're back, man. It's crazy. Like
Appreciate
last
y'all,
year,
man.
your
Word.
team was in first place. You back now. Your team's in last place. But guess what? All of our teams are. We're in like either fifth or
Woo! I'm right there with you.
we're literally like we're meant to be.
This is the last
Still,
place
baby.
podcast.
Wow.
Hey, I bet in last place for like 3 years now. It's getting tough.
Yeah. Hey, at least you got a World Series win, bud. But no, it's good to have you back, man.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. I miss you guys. Definitely miss you guys.
Yeah,
Y'all
30
bring an
minutes
energy to my life. Y'all a curveball in my heart, and I love y'all. It's great. It's great. It's like riding a bike. We're back, baby. Fantastic foe.
All right, fellas, how we feeling about the season currently right now? I mean, like Chris said, Kike was traded today from the Red Sox to the Dodgers. The Dodgers are trying to do anything right now because the NL West is a little crazy. What other stuff we got?
Oh yeah,
so I
we
was- No, go, Ricky, go. No, you're the first one back.
Yeah.
I need you.
We had a nice little brief discussion on the emergence of the Texas Rangers. I listen. I'm a low level betting man. I wouldn't even consider myself that, but ain't no way I was calling that. Like the Houston Astros ain't dying either. I got two guys that I want to.
They're making a comeback right now.
And yeah, there's some guys that's on absolute like fall on blaze type fire right now. And I'm gonna shine some light on some guys that's really tearing it up right as we approach the deadline. They may even bring themselves to a point where they play so well that other teams may even pick up the phone and want to give a call or something. Kyle Tucker.
Yo,
Kyle Tucker.
imagine.
That would be nuts. That would be a package I think I found.
Wait,
Just-
what?
But when it comes
Kyle
to the,
Tucker? For who?
Yo, I've read some tea leaves. You know, he's a pending free agent. Not this winter, next. You already know they have a lot of contractual obligations over there in the Astros. They chose not to pay Correa. I don't think any of us saw that kind of coming. I mean, you knew he was getting a bag, but everyone was like, "Well, Houston got the bread. They elected not to."
What?
And something tells me that they may be going the same route with Kyle. I'm just throwing it up.
send them to
It might
Washington,
not be this
baby.
deadline, but next, I don't know. I think it's heating up, and
I
the
was-
way he's playing right now, let me get right to it. Let me
That's
get.
No, I dig it. No, I thought you had a where. That's all I was asking. Is if you knew or were speculating on a where. That was all. I was just wondering about it. Yeah, no, exactly.
This is totally cock sources. This, you know what I mean? Just a little Google.
But I mean, listen. So my point with Kyle Tucker though is like I think I said it to Chris when we were having a conversation randomly about like betting and shit, like who we got to bet on this year. And I brought up Kyle Tucker because he was one of the only lefties on Team USA, and the coach was Ken Griffey Jr., who I think they were in the batting cages. They were putting in work because he's electric, super electric this year.
Right now.
That usually happens in all sports. I'm glad you brought that up. Where it's like the young talented kid links up with a legend, and then his game just takes off. You know what I mean?
Because I saw that he was the hitting coach, and I saw that there was a lot of righties on that team. Like you had Arenado, Goldschmidt, Trout, et cetera, et cetera. And I saw Tucker was like the main. I mean, they had a couple other lefties, but he was like the guy that was going to be in the lineup routinely. And I know he was in the batting cages with Griffey, had to be. But when you talk about the Rangers, man, it's good to say. I think it's long lasting. They got the prospects. They got the talent that they have right now, like hitting and clicking. They could trade some of this talent off for more stuff. And I think the biggest thing is they got Bruce Bochy as their manager, which I forgot all about until I was doing research for this episode. Bruce Bochy being their manager, bringing a lot of playoff experience in there. They might not be as like horrible in the playoffs as one might predict. Them being a new team on the rise.
It's beautiful you brought up Bruce Bochy, considering the way I felt about him and with the Giants. I felt like if you gave that man a garbage can, he's gonna pull out a 5-course meal. I don't know how you do it. A 5-course gourmet 5-star restaurant like chef's kiss
Seasonings
type
and
meal.
all.
I don't know how you do it. It don't matter who you give him. He's pulling 80, 85 wins out his ass. And if you give him talent, there is no limit. There is no sky. It's the stratosphere. And this
day, I'm shocked he came back because he really seemed like one of those guys that I thought was done because he had World Series wins. It's not like he didn't
I thought
he really seemed like he was
harsh.
done.
I thought he was dying.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I was gonna say he did seem mad old. Like I don't know what happened.
Old as fuck. Like I thought he was one falling out the dugout incident away from being in adult diapers, bro. I thought it was like
his beard's still brown. He ain't gray and yet.
No, he's gray as fuck.
He looks better now. He's healthier now than he was when he retired.
Because remember when he retired, he had like gauze pads on and shit, bro.
He looked like he was selling beers in the clubhouse, or something.
I gotta find that,
bro. I thought he was done.
Yeah,
but good for them.
I thought he was done too. I thought he was done too. I figured, you know what? I made my bed. I left this great legacy in San Fran. Let me go, chill on the yacht and whatever's. But nah, he saw. I
thought it was straight up adult diapers, bro. I thought it was adult diapers, fucking hospital beds.
Wink.
Yeah,
See what you did there.
Uh,
But
Jeez.
speaking of the Rangers, there's other teams out there. Let's talk about the trade deadline. I think it's a good segue. So Wolfie, give me a team that you think really has to go for it. Like this is their trade deadline.
I honestly think there's so many teams that have to go for it right now, because other than like, I mean, we all know the Braves are a good team, but like when you look around, even just the entire MLB, not just either league, they're so spread out with divisions being by like 2 games. Like anybody can win. I would say right now though, I mean, dude, it could really be anybody. The team I'm going to honestly go with, hear me out. I'm going to go with the Brewers. And the reason why I say the Brewers, and I know this is weird, is because they actually have pieces already that could be dominant in a postseason run. You have Burns, Woodruff, Peralta. Williams is still in the back. They kept him, got rid of Hader, and they're still fine back there. Yelich is actually turning it around and having a good season.
Yelich is having a spectacular season.
Yeah, they definitely need some more of their other minor bats to step up. But if they get out and get a couple bats, maybe one bullpen piece, they really don't need much more than that to actually make a postseason run. If their top 3 pitchers are dominant in the playoffs, that's pretty much what you need to get past a team like the Braves. Get a couple scrappy bats, have Yelich be your good star guy, and have your starters just pitch what we know they can be. I mean, Burns at one point was pretty much the Cy Young winner for a couple of years in a row, it seemed like. But
oh yeah,
the way their team is right now too, they're still bouncing back and forth with the division. They've been doing that for a couple of years. So if there's a team that should go for it, it's them, because at this point, if you don't, what are you doing the last 4 years? Because that's pretty much how they've been. There was one time they only missed it by a couple games when they were in the playoffs, but then they just never made that next push past it.
And if you look at the last few World Series winners,
trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you look at the last few World Series winners, they've won on the backs of great pitching. Mm-hmm. I have always said the Brewers have that pitching that in the playoffs you just need 3 overly solid guys. They have that. They have a bullpen. They got hitting is it. Yelich brings something incredible to that lineup. So if they can hold on to the Central, which they most likely will, I mean, are we really sitting here expecting the Reds to pull the Central out? I think it's a little too premature. I think the Brewers are a lock for the playoffs. They're one of the very comfortable locks right now for the playoffs, and I would be shocked if they don't at least add something to the roster.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, they definitely should be in addition mode. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because
we sat here and said this last year.
I wouldn't test Cincinnati's gangster right now. I really wouldn't. I know that the thinking is they're young, they'll fall off, the lights will get bright. If I'm Milwaukee, I'm not playing with that.
For sure.
Now, they feeling good. They hit home runs. They putting on the Viking helmet and all that. The I don't know what they call that. It's a cloak. They having a ball. What I've noticed with baseball too is not just pitching. The team that just starts to start rolling and you see them in the dugout and they just seem like it's a party after every run scored and those
2019
teams go a long. There you go. Those teams go a long way. The Boston Red Sox,
I like it.
Yanks, they came back from 3-0 because of the makeup of that dugout. It was
the idiots.
The talent. It was the what was. Oh, I forgot there's I really forgot there was a Red Sox fan here. You know what? They got y'all. Never mind.
So to keep it moving along,
it
Chris, what is your team that you think absolutely has to go for it?
I'm going with the Phillies. I know I said the Phillies last week, but now I'm honing in on a target. I think, you know who the fucking Phillies should go get? The Phillies should go knock on Chicago's door and go bring in Cody Bellinger. The reason why is because it's already a good chemistry. He's back with Trey. Now he's playing like a fucking top player again. And you pair him back with Trey Turner. You got fucking
at the top of that lineup. Can you imagine? Whoo!
Jeez
yeah.
Louise.
Isn't he friends?
Trey
I think that's
Bellinger
good.
giving it to Harper?
Isn't he friends
Belly?
with
That's what I'm
Harper?
saying.
Bellinger. Or is that Chris?
Yeah.
Bryant?
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure. I mean, it's Chris Bryant, but like I'm pretty sure him and Bellinger are good friends as well.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
Him and Chris Bryant knew each other from growing up in Vegas.
Oh, that's what
And
okay.
Yeah.
And we know Dombrowski's going to make some kind of move. If he doesn't make that move, I think, honestly, don't count the Phillies out from making a
Cease.
Shohei move. Shohei! Why not Shohei?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They got a lot of money tied up. I just don't know if they'd be able. Like, I don't know if they'd make a trade for him if they couldn't lock him up. You know what I mean?
Two things. That would be an absolute rental, like Tommy said, and they don't have the prospects at all
Well,
to pull
I mean,
that off.
They just trade Bryce Harper for.
I don't know.
And I'd still
How
say
bad?
no. Like Bryce and
Oh yeah, everything, bro. Like wives, babies,
I always,
puppies. Like,
firstborns, all that. Yeah.
I don't even know if they even need to get Bellinger necessarily. Though I think like he could pretty much help any team, like especially a team like the Phillies. But it's almost more of like if they had a couple actual pitchers step up, and just think about it, if they had Trey just be Trey, you already have Harper, you already have
not
Schwarber,
happening.
and that's the thing. That's why it's not.
Nick
Chris
Castellanos
is-
is kind
You know what it is, though.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. They still have Nick. Their bone Stott's actually doing really well right now. It's almost like if they had like Nola and Wheeler just be them, get one decent like third to like second.
Taiwan
to third.
Walker's pretty good too.
Yeah, and but it's so
I gotta
then,
see how,
then their bullpen. It's got to be the bullpen.
How's
and then
Ranger
they can
Suarez
really
been
improve.
this year? I haven't
But the
really...
bullpen's coming around, though. The bullpen's,
That's why it's almost
like,
like
I know I gave him a
that's
lot of
almost
shit
more
before,
surprising
but
they shouldn't be better though.
I mean,
It's gotta be that
besides-
Trey thing's hurting them.
I don't know, man. I think it goes back to actually what Ricky just said. What they're not doing, they're not having fun. F-U-N. They need to have
Now they're
fun
having a
and
little
play
bit of
baseball.
fun. Like Bryce
Dude.
Harper and Trey, they're having some
Bro,
fun.
we completely forgot they got Real Muto.
Yeah, but they need Bellinger in there. They need Bellinger to come,
Yeah.
and then
I know.
they're going to be having a
You know
lot
what's
of fun.
crazy to think about? Did they really get screwed up team chemistry wise by losing Hoskins? Was he like the guy they needed? Maybe because ever since
Yo,
he
that-
got like
that-
screwed up all there.
that fat fuck.
Yeah.
When he got hurt, I was like, this...
Oh,
To the casual baseball fan, it's like, resign. I'm like, yo, no, this hurts. This hurts because now you got to move Schwarber out of the DH. Maybe he's still been DHing, but you got to play him a little more in the field. So
They
they've
put
had to
Harper
move
at first.
pieces around. Yeah,
Harper's
just
been at
recently,
first.
yeah.
yeah. So
He's athletic enough and has the
Flying
range,
into the
he's tall
stands,
enough.
making catches.
I think Saxby
Yeah,
brought this
yeah,
up
that
in a
was dope.
previous episode too, and it's a really good point, especially because it goes with the chemistry thing as well. Actually, it goes exactly. Maybe this is it too. Last year they had that mid-season coaching firing with Girardi, and that probably helped light something under their asses and get them going,
Springboard.
just a big change. And Saxby even brought it up at one point too, but they also didn't address that going forward. It was like, well, all right, was like the guy that you just brought in gonna be the main guy, and they kept him. But it's like, should they have? Maybe they're a team that should have got out and got a Bochy.
Good point.
Go big
Got a
fish.
So to
Got a mochi.
Ricky, what? Ricky, what is the one team that has to make a move?
Oh, listen. This team is 10th in OPS, team OPS, and they're what I have here, 7th in team ERA. And yet they're still treading water. And I'm like, yo, y'all spent all this money, stop playing. And that's the
San
team in
Diego.
Canada. Toronto
Oh,
Blue
shit,
Jays need to
Toronto.
stop playing.
Ooh.
They need to stop playing. Yes, the Orioles are the Orioles. You already know what's happening with I can't even call them Yankees right now. They Yoinkies or something right now. Red Sox ain't doing nothing.
The
So
Jenks.
it's like, yo,
Yankees. The
whatever you wanna call them,
Yankees.
I'm not even
Not your
arguing.
grandfather's
Last
Yankees.
year-
I love it.
Last year, go ahead. Last year I was mad defensive. You ain't got to know things. But yo, yeah, I'm looking at Toronto. I'm like, yo, y'all are top 10 in hitting and pitching, and it don't feel like it. It don't.
I like
I
that.
feel like they're just kind of
That division though.
backstroking. Like
Division's tough.
they need to go out and explore the market for everything. Like if it,
I feel like
if
they just need a closer, and they just need Manoa to be a man.
You
Well,
don't
I
like
was about to
Romano?
say they need Manoa to just be not like
Wait.
like average. Like
You
that
don't
screwed
believe
up their
in?
whole thing.
You
I
don't
mean, I
believe in
like
Romano?
Romano, but I don't think Romano is like a in the playoffs guy. You want
I always
You
felt
know,
like Romano was
to
an
get
eighth inning
them
guy.
right.
Even when he was doing his thing last year, I'm like,
I like
nah, okay, nice. Now go get.
Yeah, like if they got
He's been pretty
Bednar
consistent.
from Pittsburgh, if they got him to either be
he's
the
been
eighth
good.
or ninth guy, whichever way it falls, I feel like that'd be huge.
I think you
Find a way to get
I think
Brian
if you
Reynolds
do
while
make,
you at
I
it,
like
too.
that. I think that's a good trade for them too, because it's not like they're gonna have to give away the whole fucking.
I feel like
franchise
Vlad
for
has
him.
kind of been just. Also,
Yeah,
he's heating
like,
up.
I need him to. Come on, man. We're
You know who-
2021. I want
Springer
that
hasn't been what he.
man.
I feel like
Yeah,
Springer took a step.
Springer's
He hasn't been as
bad,
good
yeah, at the top
as
of the lineup,
last year.
Yo,
Yeah.
if you're gonna call the Pirates about Bednar, I would also get on the phone about Brian.
I like that
Reynolds.
trade though. Well, they just locked him up.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
he's
did.
staying
But to
in
me, that don't mean a
Pittsburgh.
damn thing. That
Well,
don't mean a
I'm-
damn thing. In
I
Pittsburgh.
feel like if O'Neal Cruz didn't go down and he was still healthy, the Pirates might be in a different position then. I feel like now they might sell, but not sell a lot. But I feel like if O'Neal Cruz was healthy and they were like ready to go right now, they would be buyers right now, in my opinion.
They
So I don't think they
It's a
trade.
decent point.
I just don't think they're going to trade away Reynolds, having a healthy Cruz come back maybe in September.
They
See
might
what
want
they
to
can
see what
do,
that
yeah.
look like, but I
Yeah.
have no faith in that. And to me, the main reason why they locked him up, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be condescending, but I'm just saying.
No.
Brian, I feel like they locked up.
The
Brian
rivalry
Reynolds
is
to make
back.
his-
We know how the Yankees fans are.
The rivalry
No,
is back.
It's a New Yorker thing. It ain't even a.
Yeah, New Yorker thing.
It's my address. But no, with Brian Reynolds, I feel like they locked him up to make his to make him more attractive in trades. Because it's like, yo, because before right now, if he was on his original deal, he'd be a free agent after next season. So what teams are really trying to give up if the guy could walk in 2024? I feel like
That's
they
true.
locked him up.
That's
to
fair.
make him
I
more
like that.
The
attractive.
Pirates are playing chess. That's
That's
They
a
normally
good.
don't. They normally don't. But I can see
They learned.
They finally picked up the chessboard.
You gonna learn today.
They put
I'm
down
still-
Connect Four. They put
That
Connect
makes
4,
sense
but-
though.
Jays.
Plus,
Like-
it's kind of like the team friendlier deal for what he can be. So it's not like it's a. My bad,
Well, depends
Wolfie.
if they would spend the money.
I
But
cut you
definitely
off.
Bednar. If we're gonna rate who they need Toronto more, it absolutely depends. You got to do something about the pen. Man.
Yeah, because like for the pitching at this point, you got to see if because Ryu's coming back soon, he
They
could
could use a
be a
hitter.
weapon. Barrios has been turning it around. Gosman's been decent. You got to see if Manoa can turn it around. The rotation's instantly like one of the best again.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you just got to wait and see. It's not something like I don't think the Blue Jays are just gonna get an ace and it's just gonna fix everything. They just need their guys, like you said, to step it up.
Here's a random thought. What if the Orioles go out and get Cease, right?
So
And
that's
then-
Jesus Christ.
And then-
literally.
Oh.
No, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
hold that thought real quick. So my team that I have that really needs to make a move is the Baltimore Orioles. Now the reason
Nice
why I'm gonna
segue.
say that is because I'm fucking proud of the Orioles. They have so much young talent right now. It's shining, and the most important thing is that they're healthy. I hope they make moves. I hope they go for it. I said it in the offseason. I'm going to say it again. You already have your future established with, Adley, Gunner, Mountcastle. Grayson Rodriguez is struggling, but he's still your ace of the
Cowser.
future. Right. Him, Santander, Mays, Mullins, O'Hearn, they're giving you some shit. Like, they have an amazing bullpen. If they go and get, like Chris is about to say who they're going to get, see somebody, they are a threat, a big threat. Because they got nothing to lose, man. They have nothing to lose. They're about to be good for the next 5 to 10 years if everything goes right. and everything's gone right so far. So I'm expecting it to continue
Oh
to
my
go
God,
right.
a guy you
But
didn't bring up, Jackson Holiday. Oh,
So
Yeah.
what if? So they get ceased, right?
Cease.
And then you get a healthy, productive John Means come back in
All
August.
right.
That's right.
So what about
I
that?
forgot about
And
that.
and I was reading.
Me too.
I actually just picked him up in fantasy. So if you went to look down to see if he was available in fantasy, he's not, because I scooped him up late 2 days ago after reading a report. You know, he's back throwing, so that's a good sign. If they go out and get a fucking, because the thing is, and you said it too, is
Justin Verlander.
they sent Rodriguez down because they've been so good. Like they didn't need him to come up and, you know what I mean? So like if you add an ace like Cease, or even if you add fucking Giolito, or you add, I mean, what if they went and got Blake Snell? Blake Snell's a good fit there.
Yeah.
And then you
Snell
pray
is
to
good
God
with the crowd
fucking
behind him, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
can
felt the
see
same.
him
That's why I
being
think he's a good fit
Baltimore.
there.
Hey, yo, real quick, though.
Me too.
Yo.
On a team-friendly deal too.
Hell yeah. All of a sudden he kind
Yo.
of it up.
Why you want to act like a Major League Baseball player now? Like,
Yo,
You saw what he did, right? After he
out my
got cut
face,
by the
dude.
Yankees.
what
Got
about
his
him?
beard.
Yo,
What'd he do?
His beard. He
He went and played golf. He went and played pro golf. He went golf
Exactly. Even the dogs
professionally.
agree with me. I'm sick of him.
He was on the pro golf tour. Nuts.
But
Straight
some quick
Know how to
hits.
play again.
Some quick hits.
Gallo
About
did this to us last year. Like, why?
That's what
Stop
the
it.
fans said to Gallo when he came back. Why couldn't you do this in New York?
people don't like playing for the Yankees, man. It's a lot.
I love
Who
it.
told Aaron? Who told Aaron?
This isn't the 2000s. Not
It's
everybody.
your grandson's
No,
Yankees.
Nobody. You know what it is? You know what it is?
Who told him?
I'll tell you what it is. The Yankees are soft now. So back in the 90s, early
I'm not
2000s,
disagreeing. Go on.
the Yankees were like this juggernaut, tough ass, badass team.
Spit tobacco.
Had
at
more
you.
money than anybody, could outspend anybody. They were just the
Cocaine.
baddest.
No, not cocaine.
You know, they had the
No.
fucking. Their owner was I mean, I respect the owner, you know, but now they're just fucking soft. New York City is soft.
Whoa,
And
whoa, oh my God. All right.
and nobody wants to play in New York.
I had to hold my tongue because I would have said something that got this whole episode barred from YouTube. Like, we would have been.
Ken
canceled.
Griffey.
I had to hold my tongue just now.
Ken Griffey would rather come upstate, play in Cooperstown with the Savannah Bananas than play in New York City. I'm just saying. He would rather.
Judge
held across the street.
Judge came
When-
back to
when
the
Ken
Yankees
didn't wanna
and
play for the
Bogarts and Mookie left Boston, so let's not forget.
Yo,
I mean, they didn't leave. They didn't leave. They got traded, and Denver said he wants to be there for life.
They could not have got out of there fast.
for a package of
Nah. I mean, but
Alex Verdugo.
at the same time, I mean, also at the same time, like teams,
Fuck
there's
outta here.
really no loyalty to teams nowadays. But
No,
I mean,
I don't know. Judge kind of.
I'm actually gonna say though, the Mookie Betts trade. I'm gonna say that it's fine. It might be a little bit even now. It might be a little bit even now. That's all I'm gonna say.
And
I'm not
Who's
gonna
from
go
that
into
again?
further.
Verdugo.
Jeter Downs.
Jeter
Like,
Downs,
you want
baby.
Jeter, like,
Jeter
Nah,
Downs,
Jeter Downs is a
future of the
fucking
Nationals.
yeah. Jeter Downs is a fucking G, bro. He's about to be.
Yeah.
He's about to win the NL MVP next year.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro, is the
calling
second
it.
baseman for the Nationals. Let's go. It's time, bro. It's
I wanna
fucking
see him in
time.
Boston, I'm cool.
But moving on real quick, one quick thing I wanted to say is that I think the Chicago Cubs, they have a chance, honestly, to send a team to the World Series. Now, the reason why I say that is they have so much talent. I believe that they're going to obviously trade Bellinger, but there's actually a lot of rumors that they might trade Justin Steele and Marcus Stroman.
Mhm.
Imagine if the Orioles had Justin Steele.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
I forgot.
Or
Austin
That's
Hayes
nuts.
is another one that really picked it up too. He had been kind of sleeping.
He's hitting like 290. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got Trey Mancini there. They could shop too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
have a
they'll
lot.
shop. They won't
I don't
shop
think
Dansby,
so.
but they got Christopher Morel, who's hitting the hell out of the ball. Maybe they find a good trade for
a few
him.
teams are gonna call about Ian Happ too. He ain't just gonna be sitting.
Oh,
Didn't they just give him a contract?
Switch hit,
I like
can
that.
play infield, outfield, both
Yeah.
corners. He's
Yeah.
gonna get inquiries.
he's a guy you want in the
play.
playoffs.
If I were them, I would
Yeah.
just shop everybody because
Roster
it didn't
stuff.
work out
Everybody.
this year.
Everybody.
Like, clearly.
Yeah.
Your only keepers who Tommy mentioned. You roll with Morel and Dansby, and you build from out with those guys. But other than that, and Pete Crow, Armstrong, I don't touch him. That's off limits.
Dude,
I
you
can't
know how
wait
many
for him to
phone
be a
calls they're getting
bust.
right now about Bellinger? I guarantee you their GM is
Oh,
getting
yeah.
a call from
Yeah.
every single
And we
top
said
team.
it, like that 1 year deal that they got him for was just marvelous.
Worked
Because
out.
if he picks it up, you get some shit back in return.
Yeah.
Word.
And if they were good, he's
The Houston Astros turned a flyer on Josh Fields into Yordan Alvarez. So this kind of
That's
crazy.
true.
That's one of the craziest trades of sports history to me. That is insane.
I would probably keep Steele though. Now that I'm thinking about just like throwing that out there, maybe Stroman though. I would try to get rid of while he's hot. The only thing that does hurt him a little bit more is he does still have time on his contract. He's not as right at the end. But I'd probably keep Steele. But man, between even just Stroman and Bellinger, like even if you get like prospects back from that, like it's all worth
a win.
it at this point.
It's a win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And the Cubs aren't scared to go young. You know what I mean? If they're not competing, they're not afraid to go young.
I think they're building something nasty. I don't think they're gonna win this year, but next year I think they could be in a spot to compete in the Central. They got a bunch of
I
talent.
gotta check out their prospect. Their
You know who
top
they should
prospect.
shop? They should
Nico
shop
Horner.
while he's hot right now. I think he literally has like a 2.3-ish ERA. Shop Kyle Hendricks while you can, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because he
I'll
just
take it.
came
That's
back off
long
injury,
overdue.
doing really
He gotta
good.
go.
Yeah.
He gotta go.
Yeah,
That's long
and he
overdue.
has to too.
He should
Oh.
have been traded like 2-3 years ago. It's time.
Yep.
He's too
Like-
good to not be on a big stage. I love Kyle Hendricks. The dude don't even throw to 88. This is how he tops out at 88, and I don't know how he do it. He's
I can
amazing.
see him going to the Orioles for some reason. I don't know why.
Ew.
Jeez Louise. The Orioles are in on everybody, y'all. That just want you to
I hope, man.
break the fifth
the
wall.
Orioles.
The
I
Orioles
feel like-
are in on everyone right now.
The Dodgers
They need-
Hendricks.
I think more importantly, they obviously need a pitcher, but they also need that pitcher to be a vet. They need somebody who's, been in the playoffs, or someone who can nurture the young guys in the playoffs. Like,
Right.
don't be a little bitch. Like, we're about to just play baseball. Like, we do this for a job. Like straight, like straight up. Oh, and I remember
Oh my
the
God.
fucking.
They get Tommy
The-
Pham. I want to show some love to Shohei Ohtani, who is on an absolute tear. Hitting the hell out the ball. I mean, pitching, his ERA is starting to get up there.
blame
But
the blister.
man, another good year for Shohei.
Yeah, no, great. I blame the blister. I think that's nagging him. It's really nagging him. Like, I've seen pitchers have like ERAs.
I'm surprised he could even get blisters, bro. He's like God.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think a blister could hold Shohei down. Like, that's
Shohei
how
get
unbelievable that
headaches?
report was to me.
Does he
Right.
even get headaches? Like,
I
what?
doubt it, bro.
Yo, nah, right?
But to shine a little light, I want people to do is I want people to stop comparing him to Babe Ruth. So the reason why I want that to stop is not because Babe Ruth is just, the big fat white guy that was, slinging glizzies, slinging home runs. I think like Babe Ruth only had 2
In more ways
seasons
than
where he
one.
truly did both. Like, everyone looks at Babe Ruth and they were like, "Oh, he hit, he pitched." He pitched for the first part of his career and he hit for the last part of his career. And he only had 2 seasons where they overlapped. So in 1918, he was 13-7 in 20 games. He had a 2.22 ERA, 40 strikeouts. He hit 300 with 11 home runs and 61 RBIs, right? 1919 was his last season doing both. He was 9-5 in only 17 games as a pitcher, 2.97 ERA, 30 strikeouts, and he hit 322 with 29 home runs and 113 RBIs. Now, in 2022 alone, that's not even his MVP year. That was last year. Shohei Ohtani pitched in 28 games, which is significantly more than Babe Ruth has ever pitched. He went 15-9 for the trash-ass Angels, a 2.33 ERA, 219 strikeouts. He batted in 156 games with 34 home runs, 95 RBIs, a 273 average, 160 hits. I want the comparison to stop. Babe Ruth did not do both on this level. And it's like a fairy tale when people say it because they don't know what they're talking about. I love Babe Ruth. Absolutely love him. You know, he was, pitching spitballs, dirt balls. He was hitting them out of the fucking stadium, going home and hitting his girlfriends, whatever have you. But Shohei, he's doing this routinely now. It's scary. It's a routine. Like he's just doing it now. He's on autopilot and he's about to get paid something fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think people forget Babe Ruth didn't do it that much like that. Yeah, he did pitch, but he wasn't like this. I also think it was more people didn't know how long Ohtani was going to do it. But like you just gave the numbers, like he is doing it at a crazy pace too. Like I know that first couple seasons he had that didn't they do one
Tommy John or he was supposed to get Tommy John, never did, some shit like that.
But now it's
incredible. The second year and the third year it was rough. Yeah.
So and we've seen sides. With the NL that obviously having pitchers hit for a while, we've seen pitchers hit, but we've never seen this. This is crazy. We saw Dontrell Willis was had a couple. I think there was one year he had 7 home runs. Right. But that was
Madison Bumgarner's bullshit.
There's a couple good guys, but yeah, even Babe Ruth, and like I said, I love Babe Ruth too. Yeah, it wasn't. This is something else.
Yeah. You know what? Also too.
UFO.
Is Shohei? It's wild. Is Shohei didn't win the MVP last year, and maybe if the Yankees didn't have those gold lock balls,
I thought I fucking explained why.
You know what? I just fucking remembered actually. Ricky wasn't here. Ricky wasn't here when it came out that the Yankees had those Goldie lock balls last year. So they didn't have those gold lock balls. Shohei wins the MVP. That's a wrap.
The what?
So he didn't get.
What did you say about porridge?
I think he's got it. I think he's got it pretty easily this year, though.
If his pitching can get a little bit better.
I mean, who would you put over him? I don't think anyone's even talking about anyone else.
Oh, in the AL? No, yeah, nobody.
His nobody. Would be just fine if he
nobody.
He was tearing. At one point this year, he was pitching better than he was hitting.
I feel like for Shohei this year, with what he's doing now, because I don't know if it's still true right now, but I know that he was beating Acuna in OPS. But he's gonna win the MVP this year based on the fact that his batting alone is far superior than anyone else's because he could possibly win the Triple Crown.
Crazy.
So don't cut him
here. Out. Acuna has actually sold. There's been more Acuna jerseys sold than Ohtani this year. Can you believe that? They're 1 and 2, but Acuna has the lead over Ohtani.
Because he finally stayed healthy.
I get that though.
He's
out there. He's out there. Bro, he's out there. Did you see a few nights ago though?
Bro, he's out there.
Bro, he's out there just fucking stealing bases. Right, just
a lot of them.
And did you feel a few nights ago, bro? I don't know if anyone saw it. They did a pickoff move at third. They don't get Acuna, right? He fucking pitcher throws a wild pitch. Acuna's probably 10 feet from home plate, starts strutting. Not strutting, but doing not the Conor McGregor, but strutting you know what I mean? Just strutting to home plate. Not running, just strutting and staring the pitcher down. I still got home base. I still got home base, bitch.
Right.
I was just damn. He's got the showmanship. He's got more showmanship than Ohtani.
Spicy.
No, but
imagine if Shohei was imagine if he taunted and shit.
He kind of
he bat flipped a few weeks ago.
I've seen a few home runs where Shohei has been flipping a bat here and there. He's been watching his home runs a little longer.
I
I'm like,
really
Yeah.
wish the
Somebody gonna
Angels
beat
could
him.
be good, man.
Somebody gonna head
He's
him.
like, this is America.
He's got to go to a
Well,
postseason team.
I
Imagine
don't
seeing
think
him in
anyone
the
knows how to
postseason.
hit him.
We all want
He's-
that, man. Or get out of Anaheim or whatever y'all call yourselves. Like, get out of
The
it.
Giants.
You know what it
Giants
is?
would
It's
be that
Anaheim
Stevie.
to me.
With Shohei is that we all have keep talking about like a team like LA getting him, but like I would love to see like a lesser team that we don't like think about, like maybe not even necessarily Baltimore, but like Texas or you know, Toronto or even like the Giants. Chris brought it up like last
Giants.
episode. Like I want to see
I
someone
would like to see
Diamondbacks.
Shohei go to the Giants. They're well run. To me, they're the Spurs of baseball. Like, they're just a well
It's like I said, bro.
organization.
I hope the Rays look at what's going on and how bad that they've been since they were like 30-9, and I hope they either get like Otani or Robert. Like, now's the time to open the fucking purse and get it done. Like, the AL is so up in the air. I think the Rays are the one team that if they were to get a Luis Robert, Shohei Ohtani, like just one really over the top talent, I think that could push them to finally getting it done and winning the whole thing.
And so
Yeah,
you're gonna ask Scrooge McDuck to open the vault and actually
You got
They
like
are
you gotta
not-
open the vault eventually, bro. You gotta fucking open it eventually.
they got man. They're gonna have to trade for that man, and hope that he want to stay there because they're
got
gonna
the
actually
talent,
try
man.
to compete with the Dodgers and other teams in free agency. They would have to bring him in now and hope that being around them that he would want to stay there. That's the only way it's gonna work. If they try to wait till October, November, they ain't getting zero.
So I think now is the best time. We're gonna transition into the grid game. Once Chris comes back.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm locked in. I was just checking my house because
Alright.
I can't. You guys know I came straight from somewhere else, so
Yes,
Right,
sir.
right.
I was just making sure my house was not fucked up.
We're gonna play the grid game. Go ahead, Ricky.
One quick point, and it was to what you had brought up with the jerseys. I'm very shocked that Acuna is beating Otani in his walk year. This is y'all last opportunity. Well, not really last, but this is the last year he's in an Angel jersey. You would think more people would run out to get
That's
that.
a
just
really good
for the-
point.
It's
Nah,
like-
you know what it is,
Unless
though?
they're waiting
I'll
to
tell you what
get
it is.
you, he goes to
I'll
the
tell you what
one.
it is. I'll tell you what it is. It's because more and more people are buying their own team jerseys with Otani on the back instead of an Angels Otani jersey. Plus, Acuna's he's got more showmanship. I feel like that's why, like, he's
He's
a
to
more
be on the
exciting
next MLB
player.
The Show cover. I'll be disappointed if he's not.
yeah, that'd be some bullshit.
You gotta pull the
More
trigger now.
More kids are probably going to
Yeah.
their parents saying, "At mommy, daddy, I want a Acuna jersey," because he's just
Acuna's
a
bringing
legend.
but I will say like Acuna and Otani being the faces of baseball, they're bringing the sport back. Like, it's lovely to see.
Imagine
Yeah.
the Braves
And
get Ohtani. I don't know
internationally,
why I said that.
internationally too.
I'll take that.
I
back.
still-
Internationally.
I still say one thing too. First off, if that is the case that he is beating him in jersey sales, he 100,000% needs to be the cover next year. And second off, it's still like, even with right now, with just saying that, it still baffles me they didn't choose someone like him over Jazz Chisholm. Like, dude, how has he not been on the cover yet? Like, for even the last like
I was
5
appalled
years,
when he
Acuna's
got
been
the
one of the
cover.
best players in
Like,
baseball.
Jazz.
Who
Like-
knows? But
Yo,
with that
Jazz
being
has
said,
been good when he's not been hurt this year.
Bro, but
Only
he's
hurt-
always hurt. He's
I know,
Yeah.
I know. I know, but
At his
still,
best-
he's
at
good
his
when
best,
he's available.
Is he a cover athlete for the whole
Yeah.
sport?
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
But one, he's a
I do. I think so.
yes,
I think
but
so.
like one, he's a Marlin, and two, he's just hurt. He's
he was their
glass.
best player last
Like,
year.
You got a hurt Marlin on the show cover. You gotta be kidding me.
No,
That's
I'm just
literally
like-
saying.
That's
I'm just
literally
saying,
what
don't
it
like
is.
hate
What
on
it
it too
is,
much.
Is that we don't see him.
You
enough.
guys, you guys are just angry today. Want to just hate on people.
Oh, no,
Angry?
I'm not angry.
Hold on. First
I
of
just
all,
messing.
I'm a Met fan.
I'm messing.
I
I'm
can't
messing.
see on the
Hey,
cover.
Hey, hey. Let's
Oh
tone
wow!
it in.
Hold on.
Let's tone it in.
Alright.
Let's take like a quick 1-second break, and then once Chris can come back, we're gonna do the grid game. Ricky, do
I'm
you know
ready.
how it
I'm
works?
ready. I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
No, still that.
So how the grid game works, I'm going to send it through text message, and for every square you have to line up, the top and the side, you line it up, and you have to pick a player accurately who's played for that square. As I just spit into my screen.
Damn, we need some theme music.
So I'm gonna send it to the chat in a moment. You can't use Google. Don't just do your best not to use Google at all. You get about 30 seconds, 25, 30 seconds. So the score right now is that I have 1 win, Wolfie has 1 win. Chris has botched this so epically the first 2 times that we played.
Yo, right?
All right.
Yeah.
You guys ready? I'm sending it to the chat.
In there.
All right, Chris, check the chat. Oh, Chris got the fucking. Look at that shit. Look at that bougie shit.
An electric
Chris, your dogs are so cute, man.
Oh,
Yo, that's how they were posted up when the show started.
I mean,
I was trying to show you guys. Look at it.
I'm thinking of a number 1 through 10. Go ahead, guys.
7.
7.
Redo it.
Three.
Redo it.
All right,
Three.
1 through
Three.
10.
3.
Okay.
3.
5.
7.
All right, so it's gonna go Chris, Wolfie, and
Let's
Ricky.
go.
That was 2.
I'm ready. When you guys are ready.
I already sent it.
Yo, I see it. You guys ready? Who's got the clock?
Let's go. You do.
All right.
Let's go, Chris.
Rookie of the year, Seattle. Julio.
Papa Julio. Chris is on the board first. All right, Wolf.
Yankees and Texas is going to be Aroldis Chapman.
Okay.
Damn, you didn't go with A-Rod?
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, it was fresh on my mind.
All right, Ricky, you are up.
Washington and LA. I guess this is an easy one for me, Josiah Gray, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Trey Turner, Max Scherzer on that one.
Yo, okay, I dropped the ball. I really could have thought of them, but yeah. I had the recent cats in my head, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Josiah.
And what was this for? It was for Nationals.
Nationals and the Dodgers, the Los Dodgers. Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris, you are up.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Fuck.
You poured that
Shit.
wine and now you confused? Shoot.
No, I'm just... Alright, so what is going real quick? So, I did Rookie of the Year, Seattle.
So, Chris, you got Rookie of the Year in Seattle. Wolfie got Texas, New York. And Ricky got LA, Washington.
Okay, so it's like tic-tac-toe. Boom. Okay. Alright, I'm ready.
And for the Nationals, don't forget you can use Expos players. Whatever.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm glad I did.
Seattle, Texas.
You waiting on me or Chris?
Chris.
That's Chris.
Oh, I've been up there.
This is the round I always fucking drop the ball on.
All right. 10,
Man.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, Ricky dropped. We have to pause the clock. Let's pause the clock.
No, don't use me. I'm right here.
Alright.
I'm right here.
All right,
Texas,
Chris.
Texas
Don't
and Seattle. Wait. Dude, I just had the player on. Wait.
Oh, I got
Didn't
mine.
A-Rod play for Seattle?
I hope y'all don't take
Who?
that shit.
Who? Who did you say, Chris?
A-Rod?
Is that your answer?
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
a better answer.
Yeah,
It took you
got
an
it.
hour for
Alright.
Alex Rodriguez, bro.
Dude, I was thinking, I'm like, wait. I was stuck between, did he play for Texas only before he went to the Yankees? I was just
All right,
fucking-
Wolfie, you are up.
Man.
Oh fuck, that fucked me up actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yep. 2 points for me, baby.
Chris is in it. Chris is in it.
Actually, I do have one. It's gonna be the Dodgers in Texas. It's gonna be Andrew Heaney.
Ooh.
Bullpen guy.
All right, Wolf.
That's good. That was a good one.
Yeah, he actually played
Good
there
one.
last year. Kind of forgot about
All right, Ricky, you're up.
Right off
That was
top.
a good one, Wolf.
Yeah, it was. I would have never went there. I'm gonna keep it Washington, but Montreal. Going to the Expos, and I'm going to the Yankees, and I'm gonna go with.
You could pick any square, by the way. You don't have to limit yourself to one.
Oh, I had Oh no, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. Damn, I just had the guy's name. Right. Wait, I don't want to get this wrong. Damn, I just had it. Oh my god, I'm choking. Is this what they call choking? Oh yeah, that ain't he never played for the Expos. Oh shoot, I'm on the clock now. Hold on.
Oh no.
10, 9, 8,
Vasquez.
7. Who?
First name starts with a J. Oh, Javier Vasquez?
Yeah, there you go. That's a
Jeez,
winner.
Luis. I didn't know
All
if
right,
he was a Julio,
Ricky.
a Juan, a freaking. Yo, it was bugging me out.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
I almost said.
Yo, Chris.
So wait, what? I'm sorry. What just happened then? So what's out?
So all right. So I'll give you guys an update because everybody's tied at 2. So this round's gonna be important.
I got mine.
The ones that are missing is
I just
Seattle
remembered.
and Washington, Rookie of the Year Yankees, and Rookie of the Year Dodgers. All right, Chris, you're up.
Dodgers, Rookie of the Year, Cody Bellinger.
Damn.
Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure he's
Actually,
right.
was it Rookie of the Year or MVP?
Rookie of the Year.
Let's go! I feel like him and what's his face who just got hurt. Fuck. Didn't what's his face Seager wasn't he the Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank
All
God.
right.
I wasn't 100% on Seager though.
Wolfie.
I was like
God.
Bellinger, baby.
Thank God he
Wolfie.
said that because I had mine already, and like I thought this, but I was like I wanted to save that for the end because I know this is a fact, and I thought Ricky was going to say it earlier, which is Derek Jeter for the Yankees. He won Rookie of the Year.
Let me make
I couldn't
sure.
think
I'm
of the
pretty sure you're
Yankees.
right.
I'm pretty positive.
Yeah.
Derek,
I was waiting for the
I
Aaron
couldn't think of the
Judge,
Yankees.
the alley.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, but
Damn.
no, Derek Jeter. All right.
To be
All right,
honest,
so
I was
what's
drawing
left?
the on all Yankee Rookie of the
All
Year.
right.
You know what I mean?
So
I
here's
thought you were gonna
what's
get
at
that.
stake. All right. So Ricky, you have one square, which is Seattle and Washington. I'm not gonna start the timer yet. If you get this right, we're gonna go to a tiebreaker, which means I'll have one question to ask, and whoever gets it right first wins the whole
I
game.
have a name that actually.
I got it.
Washington, Seattle, Ricky.
Again, I'm going to Montreal and Seattle. And it's the Pigeon Killer. The big unit. Randy.
Yes, Randy Johnson. Let's
Damn.
go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That was the
We're
one
in
I
a
was looking for.
tiebreaker. Finally, we got a tiebreaker.
What's the
So here it
tiebreaker?
is.
Yo, wait,
I'm
Seth,
gonna-
can you look up something for me quick? Do you know off the top of your head, did Denard Span play for the Mariners?
No.
I,
Well, actually,
I know
he
was
played
a
for the
Twin.
He played for the Giants, the Twins, and the Nationals. But 1 second.
Did he play for the
think
Mariners
he
for like
played
a
for-
season?
It
Oh
must
wow,
have been
yeah,
like a minor league deal.
his last season. He did decent too.
Oh,
So he was a
but-
Mariner and a National?
Yeah.
Okay, that was going to be my choice.
oh shoot.
I would have been like, oh. No.
Nah,
All
that
right.
would have been. You pull
So-
a diamond out the rough. I would have never.
I'm gonna ask a question. And there's no order. So whoever gets it right first wins.
Oh,
I hope Chris, you good? I don't want you to die.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Who was the first player this season to get a hit? The very first player.
oh, I'm out.
Oh,
Turn my
there's
camera off.
no way I'm getting.
First player.
Which,
Damn.
dude, there's no way I'm gonna get this.
Luis Arias. He got all the hits. Fuck it.
Wrong. All right, Ricky, don't answer again. Wait.
I'm out.
I don't even remember what the first game this
I don't even remember who the first game was. Yeah, exactly.
And it was in the first game.
Nah, I hope it was.
And actually, it came down to minutes between another game.
I'm not
So
gonna
I had to
lie,
go
like,
back. Had to go back and find out.
not-
I had to like get it down to the
It's
minute.
not Brandon Nimmo, is it?
Nope. All right, Chris.
I have literally no idea.
Ronald Acuna. Really?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's go! Let's go! I just was thinking like
he got
East
the
Coast
first
teams,
hit.
East Coast teams, leadoff hitters, and just East Coast.
Yeah, it
leadoff
was
hitters.
so Acuna
I
got
had
the first
no
hit
idea.
and the first steal and the first run. He got all,
Let's go,
all the first
baby!
Who was
ones.
number 2?
Number 2, I already erased it,
I
but it
didn't even
was
know that.
it was.
Who remembers second
Bro,
place? Nobody
I
remembers
I went
second
all
place.
I went all the way back and looked at that shit. So Chris,
Damn.
congratulations! Chris wins the
Wow.
fucking grid game. Huge comeback. He's on the board now. So that means next week Chris will make the board for the rest
wine.
of us.
I gotta get the wine
so,
before the game.
That was
Drop my
clutch.
you know,
I had
quick
no
question
idea.
here. Getting right back into it real fast before we do a conclusion. Who has the best shot of turning it around in the second half from the teams that are bad to average? Chris, you won the grid game. Why don't you lead us off?
I mean, who are bad to average, just like by record.
Yeah.
I mean, easy answer would be the Padres, but I'm gonna go with the Guardians. They're bad to average, I would say, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
That whole
I feel like the
division,
Guardians. I feel like the Guardians really just need to make one move where it's like getting rid of somebody who's good, like who's been really good for them. Like I think last week I said Rosario, maybe. Like trade Rosario, and just when Bieber gets back, just fucking make sure he's locked in. They just need to get healthy because a lot of I feel like the Guardians' struggles this year has been like attrition with
Yeah.
McKenzie going down, Bieber going down. Like they've had some bright
Is she out
spots.
for the year? Or
He's out till September.
oh,
Yeah.
I feel like they got a good
McKenzie's out as
chance
well,
though.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If they can-
it's right. I mean, they still got all the hitting. So like, if they can hang around and get those guys back, I mean, they all they have to do is win the Central, and the Twins don't want it apparently.
Exactly.
yeah.
So
Josh Naylor is on fire
And-
right now too. He is.
His little brother Bo is
Crackling
pretty
hot.
good too.
Yeah, Bo.
And they were in the same position last year too. Like I feel like
they almost
I mean,
got
I don't
the
know-
Yankees to get to the
Strangely enough.
Astros almost.
I don't know
Word.
what the standings are in the Central right now, like this
I'll
this
tell you right
exact
now,
moment.
I think the
But I
Twins-
feel
think the
like
Twins are up
what are
by
they up
3?
3 games?
the
I
3.5.
Yo, you know
Three
what's
and a half
fucking
up.
wild? You know what is fucking absolutely wild? If we go back to last year, when I said the first time that I said that the Guardians were going to come back and beat and win the Central,
Here we go again.
they were
You did.
3 fucking games back.
Here we go again.
I
Here we go.
swear on anything, I didn't know they were 3 games back just now.
Bro, every
But
episode
that is
Chris
the
was
same
like,
that's
the
wild.
Guardians, and then
I told you.
Chris kept saying like, "Hey, the Guardians," and me and Wolfie were like, "No way."
The Twins.
And I was
Yeah.
was I not?
Luis Robert's gonna come back.
I was on the Guardian train, man. It was me and Chris. But
So Wolfie,
right-
who's your team? Who's your team that's good to average that has, or the average to bad that has the best shot of
All right,
coming back?
So the team I'm gonna pick is literally right on average. I think it's the only team. Yeah, it's the only team in baseball that's 100% 50-50 right now, which they are 50 and 50. I actually am gonna say the Seattle Mariners. Hear me out. They
Fuck my
have,
pick.
dude. They have the pitching. Castillo, Gilbert, Kirby.
Kirby.
Like their bullpen definitely is where it needs improvement. Teoscar, Ty France, Julio Franco. They have Eugenio Suarez.
Stop
I
calling
said-
him Julio Franco.
God damn it! I did it again. You know what it was? I was literally
Stop
reading.
calling him Julio Franco.
They had Mike Ford on the list right behind him, and I read like F right after Julio Rodriguez.
Mike Ford,
but
another one that left us in killing.
But
Jesus Christ.
my point is they have at least 3 or 4 good batters that could really like be great in the playoffs. They have 3 aces pretty much. Like you mix in like, you know, a couple bullpen pieces. They're a team that could use someone like a Bellinger. And all of a sudden like, you know, 5 games out of the wild card isn't that far behind, and I'm just trying to, you know, look at an average team. So you know what? Like if I were them, like I mean, if you can go for it, go for it. They're not tied up with money either, so, dude,
All right.
everybody
All right,
joked about it with the
fair
beginning
choice.
trade, but Ohtani obviously too. That would be a perfect landing spot, but everybody for him. But
He loves the West. He loves the West.
there was that
Word.
rumor at first too when he was getting traded. He might go to the Mariners when he came.
He almost got signed by the Mariners at first, but the Angels won it. Yeah.
So
I think the Mariners would be bigger fish for Ohtani this winter if they were a little more successful this year. They still have a chance, but this season I think hurt them a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I think it hurt them a little bit.
You know what's gonna be You know what would be fucking wild? If the Mariners traded for Shohei and they won the World Series, and then we can go back to last year when I said the Mariners
bro, you
were gonna
said
win
it.
the World
Yeah,
Series.
you said
Wow, I mean, honestly, like Shohei's perfect for any team, but like the Mariners could use him. Like,
well, you know what it
dearly.
is
Like,
too.
wow.
They also because that's what it was too. One of the reasons why they actually thought in the beginning too they were going to get him is because they had Ichiro, and it was like a big influence there with them. Plus, also, I think the Nintendo company actually owns some of the Mariners too, so there is like that influence there already. A lot of the cuisine they actually have at the stadium is
That's
like
what's
that.
up.
So
that's a good take. I like that.
Damn,
Plus, they got
the Mariners.
They got probably fresher fish, fresher seafood out there than LA.
Yeah, and he's still on the West Coast, like we said. So
damn.
And I mean, not for nothing. Like they've done a lot to keep their team competitive. I mean, I know for a span of time they didn't make the playoffs in 15 straight years, but that was just because the talent that they would acquire just wouldn't end up where they needed to be. They've always gone after it every year, but just now recently with the rise and emergence of Julio, have they been actually a good team? So rookie, I don't know why Ricky.
I still feel like one. Y'all about to be second year players.
Are you agreeing with the Mariners, or you got your own take?
I really I don't know who's gonna really jumpstart that turn. I mean, Julio can carry, but I really feel like he need a Robin, man. Like, he really needs that other guy. I thought Jared Kelenic, the way he started this season, oh, Lord. Like, I was like, oh, this is it. And then he got hurt. He hurt himself getting pissed off or whatever. I guess about
just kicked the Gatorade cooler and stubbed his toe like Aaron Judge.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Every reference point comes back to the Yankees. I'm sending all y'all viruses.
Damn. So if we don't have an episode next week, guys, you know now.
Yeah,
man.
Nah, call the police.
The pods.
Hopefully, you have a home phone with E911.
No. I'm going with the pods. Considering if you look at all the second place teams in baseball right now, as far as run differential, only two second place teams have a better run differential than the Padres, who are in fourth place. And that's Tampa Bay, and who else I got here? The Houston Astros. So that tells me they've. Whenever you see a high run differential on a bad team, that tells me y'all.
They usually make a run.
Yeah, and that y'all blown leads. Y'all clearly been beating teams.
That was where the Phillies were at last year. I mean, we overlooked the Phillies a lot, but last year they were kind of similar to that, where they were like the last wild card, kind of falling out of it at the same time, but they had a decent run differential.
The Rangers last year,
my
too.
My thing with the Shohei would...
They have a great record.
That would be a low-key, sneaky pick. What you said, man?
No, I said the Rangers last year, they had a good run differential for having a shitty record.
Well, they were just ass.
Right. I mean, decent for as bad as they were, their run differential did look kind of promising. But at the Pods, and it's like they have 3 MVPs in their lineup, pretty much. They can.
The dogs agree.
One, two, or all 3 of them go crazy. I love their pitching. The guys they have in house, I don't think they really got to go out and get anybody. They just got to play to their potential. The
dog's been agreeing with you a ton.
Grab another reliever, but I don't know really what they need. Ha-Sung Kim, he's been on fire for them. They got a lot of good players, even on the perimeter of their stars. They just got to play better. That's all it really is. I think they win a lot of blowout games and lose close games, and they got to find a way to balance that out.
I'll be 100% honest, and it's nothing against him because I actually didn't mind him, especially when he got signed there. I thought it was good for them, or at least for him to get out of where he was. I'm starting to think Bob Melvin's not a good fit for that team because he just, I don't know, I don't know if maybe he's not meshing well.
I love the fit. It's crazy because I love the fit at first. Like it was like,
I know, me too.
Like they're going for it. Oh God, here they come. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that it might just be a lot of egos in the clubhouse. Like, Soto's contract is coming up. They just gave Bogarts and Machado the bag. Tatis is back, and the whole shit that's coming with Tatis.
So many personalities. Oh.
It's just a lot going on. I think they're gonna if they do find their niche. I'm still holding out for the fact that they got one of the best lineups of all time. Like if those four can lock in, like it's gonna be crazy. But to give my answer to this question, and you guys can roast me, you guys can say whatever you want. Like I'm going with the New York Yankees, and the reason why I say the New York Yankees is because they're still hanging in there, they're still there. Yeah, listen, Ricky, hear me out.
That was actually going to be my take too. Yeah,
they're hanging in there. They're like,
make me a believer.
Listen, they're three games out of the wild card. As shitty as they've been, they're 3 games out. As bad as it's been. Aaron Judge, he stubbed his toe. He's going to come back. If Aaron Judge comes back and gives you anything like what he gave you before he got hurt, he was on track to do what he was about to do all over again last year, this year. And on top of that, Garrett Cole is playing out of his goddamn mind. You got Rodon back for whatever that's worth. Let him get his feet under him. Cortez is coming back. You got rid of Donaldson finally. Donaldson's out for the year with a tickled calf. So,
dude, I think they get Montas back in a few weeks too, if you can actually believe it. I don't think he's out for the year.
So if you have Garrett Cole pitching the way that he is, you get a couple of something out of the rest of the starting pitching. That's a postseason push that they're going to be able to make. I mean,
no belief
Jermon
outside of a healthy Judge. No
throws one.
But a healthy Judge comes back. I mean, Stanton goes off in September and October.
There's too many ifs.
For what it's worth, Torres has been good, like very underratedly good. Mm-hmm. DJ LeMahieu can turn it on. The rookies are getting their feet under him. Judge comes back and gives you anything. This team could sneak into a wild card and do some damage.
I mean, we got a little 3-game little streak going, but
I completely agree with that too. By the way,
I don't agree with that.
I
think the Yankees honestly should just fucking sell the fucking just blow it up. Start it over again.
Even have anything to sell.
Start it over. Get rid of fucking sell Garrett Cole and.
Yo, if Garrett Cole was something to get,
you know where they should send?
Crazy.
The Giants should fucking imagine Shohei gets traded to the Giants. Who's gonna wish they signed that contract in San Fran? Aaron Judge. He's like, damn, I wish I was in San Fran. Blow it up.
If Aaron Judge was to sign in San Fran last season, they would not sign Shohei Ohtani. They would not have the money.
I mean.
I don't see it.
They've spent in the past.
Damn, Kyle Tucker just homered.
Who else is really a big money clog for the Giants?
In the sport.
Yeah, he's literally like bringing my fantasy team back to life.
Bro, last week I pulled out a fucking. I don't know how I pulled out that win. But I was happy.
Let's give some quick hits and then let's get out of here. So I'm gonna ask 3 questions. Give a quick response. Don't go into some crazy dialogue. Let's wrap this up. So the Baltimore Orioles, they're in first. It seems like they're in first by a couple games. I don't think the Rays are gonna catch them. Who knows if anyone else in the AL East catches them? How much of a threat are they?
Biggest threat. I think they're the best team in the AL East. They're the most well-rounded team. They've been the most consistent team. They haven't had like a really up and a low. They've just been consistent.
Fair enough. Rick. Rick. Let's go, Rick.
I think they're the best team in the AL. They
Okay.
are fucking right. They got. If I'm building a team, they got everything I want.
Do you think they'll represent the AL in the World Series?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What makes you say yes? What makes you say yes?
I say yes because a little bit of what we were talking about before, like these kids don't even know what they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? They're riding a hot wave. I've seen this before. Put it this way. When the Rays had Evan Longoria and BJ Upton and all those young kids coming up, nobody on a big contract, none of that. Nothing but farm hands, nothing but homegrown talent. I was telling people, like, yo, I don't
David
know
Price was a baby.
what I'm watching, but they got something here that they're not in a 7-game series. They can beat anybody. In a 7-game series, they can beat anybody. 5-game series, they can beat anybody. Wild card, whatever.
So,
and there's something about this Orioles team that's reminded me of that. What's the 07 Rays? The 08 round then? It's some little magic going on with this team. And they just, you look to everything, pitching, defense, youth, speed, power. Like I'm jealous. Like
so Chris, what makes you say no? What makes you say no, Chris?
They're too young. I think when it comes to the playoffs, I feel like they might make it to like the conference finals, but
conference finals.
I don't know how. Division
championship series.
The ALCS. They might make it to. They might make it to the ALCS, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I honestly think it's going to be a team out of the West. I think it's going to be either the Astros. I don't even know who out of the West. I think it's going to be someone from the West, which is what I think.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I think also because they still have a lot of division games left, so they're going to be playing against the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, Red Sox, who are all still above 500. So they're going to just they're going to have to fight for every win. Yeah. So I feel like but a lot of these kids don't know what it's like to play a full season. So who's to say they don't burn out at the end?
Not that those Rays that I mentioned. But
now, like I said, I'll agree. Like I said in the beginning, unless they get an ace, if they get an ace at the trade deadline, I'm gonna sign them off as my AL favorites because that's what they need. They just need a veteran monster of a pitcher to just come in there and lock down the whole rotation, and I think they'll be straight. What do you think?
If John Means comes back healthy, I might change my mind.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, what Chris brought up in the beginning, that John Means thing definitely helps. I'll say this because you just brought it up with the series. If this was the old wild card and they played a 1 game to get in, I actually don't think they would make it. If they play a series, they will make it. If they get an ace, I definitely think they can get to the World Series. Because the only thing is right now is that I actually do think one of the best, most underrated teams in the AL right now is actually the Astros, even though they're not in first place.
They're kind of sleeping giant, yeah.
The Rays, I'm sorry, but the way they run their team is not going to work in the playoffs. It hasn't yet. You can't keep blowing your bullpen every single day for openers and this, that, and the other thing. Do 3 guys here, 3 there. Like, what seems to win is what the Astros did. You had Framber, you had Verlander, and you had Javier. Yes. It was like you need those 3 guys. You need, like, yes, okay, they have Shane McClanahan, but, dude, they still run the bullpen like starters. If they get one more guy with Wells and Means, and they already have, Kremer's been doing pretty good. Gibson's, like, not bad for, like, the 5th guy. Their bullpen's stacked, dude. Bautista's great. Like, they just need, like, a couple things where I actually do think the rookie energy could still pull them through. So, yes, I actually do think Baltimore has the pieces just actually go all the way this year.
They got the goods. They don't want nothing of it.
So the
Jay-Z
next
rap
quick hit, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Can they sustain what they're doing atop of the NL West? How much threatening can they be if they get some of their guys back? Because as we know, they're hurt up and down, but they still find themselves first in the NL West. How much of a threat do you guys think they are if they are to be healthy?
Who goes first on that?
I'll say I could see them in the World Series. I mean, the Braves is a huge fucking hill for anyone to get over, but I think if it's one team, I think it's the Dodgers. I mean, they've been in the postseason year after year after year after year. It's not going to be an experience thing with them. I think right now, if the Dodgers are to get fully healthy, I think they can take down the Braves and represent the NL in the World Series. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again.
I don't think the Dodgers are that good. I honestly think they screwed up by not re-signing Justin Turner. I'm not a big fan of their pitching staff. Let's not forget they had Justin Turner. Yeah. Oh yeah, Trey too. Yeah, I guess. But no, Justin Turner was the clubhouse glue, man.
I thought he was,
but dude, they had
expendable.
Noah Syndergaard too in the beginning. Dude, their team was just not constructed well. I'm not a big fan of their bullpen. Phillips is pretty good, but I'm just I'm not sold on that team, especially against a team like the Braves. It's just not doing it for me.
I mean, as long as you got Mookie Betts and Freeman going ham, I mean,
Listen,
I like
fuck
him.
the
I
rest.
like Will Smith. Muncy. They still have Muncy. I think Lux is out for the whole season. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the rest of their team.
You know who fucks it up for the Dodgers this year?
Who?
Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts fucks it
Yeah.
up.
I hope
I'm
he
not a
gets
big
fired
fan of
after
him.
this.
It
too.
finally gets
I think he
fired.
will.
That was the follow up.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't just if he gets fired, who you replace him with? Because the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Who do you fire him? Who's out there? You know, you gotta replace
Chris. Chris is gonna
Who's
be
Chris?
Chris
Yeah.
is gonna be the manager of the Dodgers.
Yo, you know who you
bring
get?
back Don Mattingly.
Oh,
Nah, you know who I get?
Yo, that was the last time they were bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, this is just me. I always worry about a team that just.
What about Joe
runs
Girardi?
through the whole regular season in baseball. It's like,
Oh, you guys are coming up with some horrible things. Don Mattingly, Joe Girardi.
Oh,
Mine was
Bro,
a joke.
Chris, I would trust you.
Mine
more
was
than I
a joke.
supposed to.
Mine was a
That's
joke.
sabotage.
Why would I
That's
ever watch
sabotage.
Joe Girardi?
That's espionage
He was the
and
worst.
sabotage. or
Manny
something like
Ramirez, fuck it.
He was the worst, but the best coach. He was the worst coach for the Yankees, but the best coach for the Red Sox. Joe Girardi.
that. That name gives me anxiety. Please, enough.
So-
but wait. No,
Go ahead.
I think the Dodgers have a chance. Like I was mentioning, teams that are just running through the regular season, they worry me a little bit. I think championship teams, while of course talent is important, I'm talking about all sports. Championship teams have to go through some form of adversity. It can't just be what they say. Success isn't linear. It can't just. They have to go through a stumble now. Great, you want to be playing great ball as you go into October, but when you get punched in the mouth, and you will get punched in the mouth, I would rather it happen now. Let's say Atlanta goes on they lose 5 out of 6 right now, and people start to ooh, and then they turn it around. I think that can propel them to the World Series. But them just beating up on people, and then we here, and then the Dodgers.
That was the Nationals. Every single year they won the division before fucking 2019. They just beat the shit out of everyone and got fucking smacked in the playoffs really badly.
Y'all was running through shit when y'all was at the top of y'all game. The Nationals was fun. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, to that point, I'm like, the Dodgers are the Dodgers have, they had lineup issues. They've had guys in and out, out for good, like Dustin May. I think something about this year, they seem more close knit. I don't know what it is. They seem more close knit than past seasons, and I think if they catch the Braves napping, then yeah, they could get in. They absolutely could get in. But back to that point, as a dark horse, I think if the Brewers starting pitching just get on a roll, then they might be a problem for fucking anybody. Straight up.
Just a quick point too about that. Just throwing this out there about the Braves. Isn't it crazy to think about how great the Braves are? and they didn't even re-sign Freddie Freeman.
I thought about that last night. I was like, yo,
Isn't
how
that
are
crazy?
Freddie Freeman, bro. They let Dansby go. Like, they don't
Yeah,
have
oh
the
yeah,
same-
yeah, Dansby.
They don't have the same
Whoa.
pitchers. Like, it's just.
They
And
get
they're
they
in a
just
better-
get the best out of their
I
players
was
though.
crazy
Like
about
look
the Sean
at
Murphy trade at first. I was like, why
He's
y'all
been
giving up
great.
Wilson Contreras. I was like, this
Bro,
kid's
Olsen's
Olsen
been
is
great.
nuts.
Fooled
Yeah.
me.
I think they
I
didn't
don't
even
know
need
what
it
the
with
fuck.
Travis, but then it's like, dude,
Austin
Murphy's
Riley
like
hasn't even been good.
But they
Yeah,
Yo, I honestly I feel like people are just like
No, I'm not
Pull up
hating. I'm
someone-
just saying. Like,
not hating,
Like, 'cause
but
remember,
I
he
get it
was
because he was
MVP,
phenomenal.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
But-
he could have been like that.
Like he's still like I feel like he's got to be top 50 in probably all of like the key categories.
God, hope.
That's who?
I don't
Riley.
know. Honestly, he's not doing that good.
Who you talking about?
He's doing way better.
Pull it up, Woofy.
No, he's doing like I actually think July. He's actually one of the best players in the July. Like his July stats are like one of the craziest July stats of all times.
But
you know what's wild,
his
though?
first Austin Riley.
But
Yeah,
it's
he's turning it
honestly
around.
though, the thing too though is he hasn't had to be that guy yet.
Right.
Like Acuna, you know what I mean? Like it's been a
Finally,
like
the
he's
guy,
meant to be that
like,
guy.
finally, Acuna is the guy. Like, finally, like, he's the guy again, and it, like, it's cool.
and I feel like his how well he's doing is like overshadowing like
Ozzy
So-
Albies.
I don't know, I feel like Riley is like doing I feel like he's doing good. Like I don't know. I just feel like he's gotta be like, what, 250?
Talking about the Braves, I think it's a good segue into our conclusion. So let's wrap it up, because I ask this every single episode, and I'm going to compare it at the end of the year, see who was right first, whatever, if anyone's right at all. Who is your World Series matchup right now?
Mariners Braves.
Mariners, Braves.
I heard Mariners. Oh shoot. Bold.
I think it's gonna be Houston Braves. I just keep seeing Houston going off in the playoffs.
This is gonna be a wild matchup. Ain't nobody called this shit at the start of this season. I'm gonna grab my nuts and say Baltimore, Los Angeles. That sounds disgusting, but I think.
Yo, imagine that! Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Damn, that would be some. Wow.
I'd be rooting for
boring.
Baltimore
Reeves is in
so
the bathroom,
hard.
y'all. My bad.
Wolfie, damn, I'm gonna have to sadly agree with Wolf. Like, I don't know, like the Astros, they're hanging in there. They're about to get Yordan again. They're probably gonna make some moves at the deadline. Their bullpen hasn't skipped a beat. Their pitching's a little off, but it's the Astros. They got a lot of pitching. I'm going with the Astros and Braves. I mean, the Braves, it's tough. I still believe in. I said the Blue Jays and the Dodgers last episode. I still believe that. I just need to see what they do at the deadline. I'm going with the Braves and Astros.
I feel like the Astros
I
need
can't wait for the
Altuve
deadline,
to get healthy
pod.
and
That's
stay
gonna be
healthy.
fire.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one thing they're missing. Is
I just can't
Altuve
wait for
just
the
staying
Braves
Who
to
was
healthy.
the
let
one
us
they
all
lost?
down.
Who was the one they lost? Was
That's
it
why I'm not
Valdez?
picking them. I ain't getting my heart broke.
Huh? What did you say, Wolf?
What?
They lost McCullers for the whole year.
Wasn't there another pitcher they lost to, like Javier?
No.
Because the thing is,
No,
too,
Christian
it's like, yeah, they lost Verlander, but they also got
Luis
Hunter Brown.
Garcia? Nah, he been out there, right?
Yeah, it was Garcia. He had Tommy John or whatever.
Oh, okay, so that's not that bad then. So, dude, I honestly, yeah, because like I said, they still have Hunter Brown now. Like, honestly, dude, that team.
Framer. Yo, what if you get Dylan Cease?
Damn.
Then it's a different story.
Because they're aggressive with the White Sox for something. No one knows what, but the big report is that the Astros are talking with the White Sox pretty heavily.
And dude, don't forget
Luis
got Jose
Robert?
Abreu. They got Jose.
Imagine they
Abreu
get
this
both.
year.
Imagine they get fucking Luis Robert and Dylan Cease. That'd be stupid.
Dude, the GM would have to cut off his penis and hand it in the package for whatever they're gonna get for that.
Yo, they're just like, here's 500 mil cash under the table.
Dude, they might have the prospects.
With
Fuck
that
it.
with that
No, I
being
would've
said
liked the
though,
Collusion. Collusion.
With that being said, Ricky, welcome back. What an episode. I had fun doing this with you guys. We're going to get out of here. Make sure you guys like, watch, subscribe, share, sell your soul. Shout out to Belgium. Shout out to these guys. This was High and Inside. We got a lot of content coming your way. Ricky, it was fucking great to have you back, man.
Yeah,
Yo, you know what's wild?
We bite.
Ricky's back.
Shout out to Alex though, man. It's my guy right there.
Ricky's back, and we do our first ever episode, one take.
Yo, yeah, that's
Bang,
crazy.
bang.
No
One take in the
crazy
booth.
edits coming out of this. But with
One
that being
take in
said,
the studio.
that's a good recognition. We'll catch you guys. We love all of you. Have a good night.
BDP.